really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high, like ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets called in on this kind of board. Like, what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold.
Yep.
Like, he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draws. He's going to have king X. And we kind of, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets. And we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's a very good point, man. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just
All right, so ooh, look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
You wouldn't
I'm
be
already down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play it.
I'm going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Ah!
Yes!
And the reason is because Queen.
I just want to say for the record that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
The right. But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak. Welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
That's hilarious. And everybody's 50.
nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
What the hell? Yeah, so Mad Dog.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
He's
always
just
love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
Right. All right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about depipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options for 12 and 1,400. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on a site with these other crushers, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. Remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He could just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation.
That's pre-flop? I think pre. All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
One of the things I see people when it comes to poker is when you can get to the turn, there's an opportunity.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400?
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm going to go call with the arm and just see what happens.
All right, and
I would fold in game, though, for the record, in case that's for winning it.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
No, we don't win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol,
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR.
A $10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then, we'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool
Filthy
because we have
animal.
2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one.
What up, guys? We're back. It is Saturday morning / afternoon once again. PokerCoaching.com study session stream. My man Six is looking all good and relaxed, coming back from his beach vacation.
What up, guys? What's up? I missed it. Good to see everybody. What up, Tell Army 6's Mafia? What's up? You guys ready to get better? My bad, we're late. It's me. It was I had to restart my shit and it was taking forever, but I am feeling great after a nice little vacay. Sure, we got some Faraz quizzes. I'm sure we're ready to beat ass Mafia. You already know. But yeah, let's do it, man. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. It's good to have you back. Yeah. So, Poker Coaching study session stream. Exclamation point PC in the chat. In my chat and Six's chat, you'll get a link to sign up for free where you get 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds or more, and a bunch of homework assignments. If you sign up for the premium, there is now 1,231 quizzes, a bunch of homework assignments, live webinars with all of these coaches multiple times a week where you can get in these tight-knit little groups and get face-to-face time with these crushers, get better. It's good for all levels and all that jazz. The way this is going to work, I am going to draw a random winner from my stream from one of these viewers. Six is going to draw a random viewer from one of his streams. And you guys will compete against each other for $5. We'll ask you what you would do in the quiz. Please be kind of quick with your answer if you can, and try and tag us as well at Crazy Sixes, at GodsBigToe, and your answer. And we'll tell you what we would do. We'll see what the audience would do. We'll see what the coach in the video would do. We all get better. We have a good time. We make a bunch of money, and life is good. Sixes, did I miss anything, man?
You did not. I just wanted to give you a shout out for crushing it last night. All the final tables. Sheesh.
Yeah, it was a good night last night.
Yeah, it was just sweet. Like, I mean, have to give you a shout out on that.
Thank
that
you,
was
man.
sweet.
3/3.
But poker coaching. 3/3.
3/3 and a fourth.
So nasty.
Jesus.
So nasty. Good ass runs. Never complain about top threes. That's my motto.
Nah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the hype train, guys. You crazy. Tier 2 sub, 13 months for holding me's nuts. Albatross with the gift sub, and Gab with the 22 months for the tier 2. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate all three of you guys.
And Gab throwing the love over here. Poker coaching in the chat if you guys want to get in this first round. Right now, we just got people lurking. Shit. If nobody gets in there, I'll run it myself.
Oh, shit.
Let's go. Oh, no, somebody's in there. It's over.
It's over.
Somebody got it. I'll piss. I wanted to do it.
Julius, thank you for the 19 months, buddy. Yeah. So poker coaching in the chat, all one word, to be entered in the chance to compete for the $5. In the meantime, we'll pick a quiz. So since you were gone, we're pretty much open from 12:24 up.
Okay. Shit's loading. 12:24.
Oh, those are for Oz though. Ace King on a dynamic board with backdoors.
That's my kind of life.
All right.
You already know. So we'll do 12:27.
We'll start it off hard. Yeah, Lenny was good last night. Yeah, you know,
Crushed it.
Yeah.
We've been working on a lot of stuff, so it's good to see instant results. I mean, it doesn't really work like that, but I know you've been working your ass off. So
yeah. What's with all the yellow circles? So the yellow circles and green circles are just scores, basically, and so those are the scores that.
Referring to these little things.
Yeah, that the people that were taking the quiz got. You know, we go with the answer that the people we draw with select, right? So.
Yep.
Sometimes you'll see good scores on there. Sometimes you'll see bad scores on there.
Back in the day, we used to just go heads up. That was fun.
Yeah, you versus me. That was fun. Yeah. Now it's still you versus me, but it's you versus me.
It's the army.
Yeah, the army versus the mafia. Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Let's roll it and get into the quiz.
Yep. Let's do it.
Uh-oh. Who we got?
Oh, shit. We got Mr. Albatross. You're up. Hey, what's up, Affleck?
Wait a minute. Morning, buddy. Shit. Gab Poker with the 21 months. Thank you, man. Hey. Really appreciate that. Hey, big time.
What up, man? How you doing, man?
22. Thank you, buddy. Really
Feels
appreciate it.
Like I haven't talked to you in forever.
I was trying to get a hold of you, Matt. Check your Skype.
Oh, shit. What the hell?
I know. I sent him a message. I know he really did. Son of a bitch. Arlie, let's win. Let's go.
All right. Ready to run the quiz?
Yes, sir. Let's do it. 12:27.
Here we're playing a high stakes tournament online, a 1K buy-in. We have Ace King in middle position. Open it up, 2.5x, sitting on 100 big blind stack.
Oh, we're in position.
Flop comes 9-8-6 with 2 diamonds. We have the ace of diamonds. Opponent checks. Our options here are going to be to c-bet 180, c-bet 450, or check it back.
I find it interesting that, like, so often there's something specific that I'm kind of looking at one week or the other, right? And then somehow there's always a quiz in here that is like directly related to what I'm looking at.
What
I'm
like, working on.
You know, I know myself, I may over c-bet against the big blind defendant in general. And these are the type of boards where you're like, shit, should I c-bet, should I not? And so I find it interesting. I think the first quiz we pick is something that I'm kind of like, you know, looking at on myself, you know.
Yep. DB Chop says Czechoslovakia. Stinky's checking. What up, Smooth? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Chips was in position. I would bet 180.
Where we at?
Out of position, I would check, raise, flop. Cyber's checking, smashes the BB's range. That's kind of what we're talking about, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Arlie's going 180. Right away. Thank you for tagging me. Oh shit.
Albatross already knows how this is going to go. Faraz answers pre-flop raise, flop raise, turn raise, river all in. Easy game. Tough flop, but I think we barrel small, says Kep. Julius is checking. Pete checking. What up, Pete? Good morning, buddy.
All right. Sorry. Like this. And
What else you got out there? Albatross says 180. He's betting small.
What up, Smooth? Let's do it. These are all in his range. Over bet could be suicide. Let's see a turn. So you are betting 180, and if they call, and you get fold out some of their just air range. Okay. I think I checked. Seems like Villain has range advantage. Okay. All right. What is your person doing?
Betting small.
Betting small here as well. Where you at?
Yeah, like I said, I tend to bet small here too. I always think about it and then I always bet anyways. So yeah, I mean, I bet a lot against the big blind. Affleck actually with a good point. It says secret good board for in position. All of our offsuit tens and straight draws. This hand bets a ton. Get value from worst ace X. Not sure small or big. Can mix. Add big bet, I guess. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I'm betting, I think I'm going to bet big on this board. I don't think I'm going to use a small size. We do have like Jack 10 off in our range opening here, which is really nice. We're obviously going to have all the sets. We're going to have 8-9 as well opening. So yeah, I think we can certainly bet this board. We have a diamond as well, which is really nice.
Yeah, Matt brings up a good point too. Like all of our 10x, which we open all of it here, right? Like
yeah, from this spot, from
yeah,
the
Jack 10, Queen 10, King 10, all has gut shots.
8-9 suited,
double gutters.
You know.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So yeah, our range.
The one thing about sizing up here too is interesting because we're 100 bigs deep. So I know our small bets are bigger because we're deeper. So it does make a lot of sense to potentially go 430.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about going 450 if I was going to bet or check 450 or check, but
Affleck says 450 folds out some 6x, no backdoor right away, which I think is great. Good point.
Yeah, big bet for me. But let's see what Faraz thinks here. Maybe he wants to check, go small. Arlie's going small, so yeah, let's see what Faraz thinks about this.
Albatross going small. Let's find out.
Let's do it.
In general, we're going to be doing quite a bit of checking on this flop. So
these are the boards I always think about.
I'm pretty happy to check here. Because we have the ace of diamonds, I think betting is also okay.
So bet big.
Both betting small and large seem reasonable. Because if we get check raise, we can still continue since we have the ace of diamonds.
So
if we're at ace king without a diamond, I'm just pure checking. Because if we bet and get raised, we just have to fold. And, you know, we have a decent hand, might be the best hand. If we hit an ace or king, we feel pretty good about it. So I'd rather just check back and get a free card. If we didn't have a diamond, because we do have a diamond, I'm a little more open to betting, but I still prefer just checking as my default play. If we think someone's not check raising enough or plays really straightforward, that might convince me to do a little more betting on that flop. So we check it back, and the turn comes to 2 of hearts. Opponent leads 500 into 630. Our options here are going to be to call, to raise it up to 1740, or to fold.
So he made a good point before we kind of get into the answers. He made a good point. Like this is a 1K buy-in, right? So the players are going to be better, check raising a lot more. And he says, like, if you're in games where people are going to be playing more straightforward, most of the shit where people in this chat are playing, he thinks a bet's probably more reasonable. It's kind of what I gathered from that.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely hear that. I'm running this hand too. It's a 100 blind sim, so it's going to take a while. Because I'm just curious, like, what our betting range checking ranges do. Because I thought Affleck brought up a great point about all our 10x having straight draws.
But do you think we check more without the ace of diamonds because we really sucks to call a check raise?
Yeah.
So maybe like ace king off bets more than ace king with the diamond does, because on diamonds we can just float and stuff a lot more, and we can bet a lot more of check too. So yeah, I don't know.
Whoa, super interesting.
Yep.
All right, guys. So in game they checked, right? And so now we are facing a bet. What are we going to do? Pick up no equity on the turn.
Some folds? Fold.
Ship Troopers is folding.
Arlie is folding. I'm too nitty, but this board hates us, and the villain has total range advantage.
Juliet says, way to go. We were all alone on Check Island, but we got each other, though,
Stole.
so there's that.
Stolski. What am I doing? Thank you.
He's folding too. Nope,
Wait a minute.
Traffic. Pure call.
I'll tell you what. The entire mafia right now, everybody is folding.
Really?
Every single person thus far.
Everybody is folding except for Affleck and Albatross.
Yep. So Arlie's already gone. I am never, ever, ever folding here if I check. I mean, I'm just not
Bruce
folding here. Never. Yeah, we're never folding here, guys. This meets MDF when we do check. It's one of the strongest hands we can check, so we're never folding. He's going to have just so many hands that just feel compelled to stab.
Well, he's supposed to stab with his entire range, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much, in a buy-in like this, a guy here is just stabbing like Queen 5 and shit, like everything. So, yeah, I'm never folding. But Arlie's folding. Entire Mafia is folding. And, Albatross is calling?
Yep.
Oh, shit. Damn.
All piss.
All piss. All right, let's do it. Oh, I meant to go.
I'm pretty mixed on this turn between calling and folding. I think they're both pretty reasonable options.
Right. I
The opponent did bet pretty big here. Had they gone small, we're definitely just calling here. Considering they went big, we're not getting as good of a price. So if I think our opponent is reasonably balanced and going to be betting a lot of their draws, a lot of air, then I'm definitely calling. If we think our opponent is very passive, I might make a tighter fold. By default, I'd say I'm generally calling here.
He did calling game.
The river came the queen of diamonds. Opponent checked. And
Call was 9.
Our options on the river are going to be to bet 650, bet 1450, bet 2000, or to check it back.
How are we so nitty?
Are you sure this is a Faraz quiz? I call BS, he said.
How is it real? How can we just fold?
The cards don't even matter. Out of position always bets after in position flop check in a single raise pot. Yeah, totally. That's why we were saying.
That's why we were calling Ace King.
Is because it's the top of our check range and it's just too good. Exactly. Exactly what you were saying.
I'm never ever. Yeah.
Bruce going 2K over betting when he gets.
All right, Arlie. I messed up
check.
The points. We got one more point. I did the same thing where I'm playing the hand instead of the contestant. So yeah, she has one more point.
I mean, we already said this before. A+ player, C+ streamer.
You already know. we take those. It's all right.
You can't be good at everything.
Exactly. It's fine.
What else you guys doing out there?
No, Arlie. We got another point. I misclicked for
check
you.
Back,
so you got to make a decision here. What are you doing
that
here?
Showdown value.
Check raise napkins is going ham with the 5x pot.
Too funny says 1450 or 2K conflicted on sizing, tend to go bigger.
14.
So definitely sizing up one way or the other. Trying to put the hurt hammer on. I see you.
Diamonds get there. Jack 10 gets there. We have the ace of diamonds. Faraz quiz. Check back.
What are y'all doing? It's quiet out there in the streets. Wake up. It's time to get better.
Arlie, what are we doing here? You got to make another
Everyone's
decision.
sitting here waiting for Affleck to answer first so that they can get the right
They can
answer.
piggyback in. Affleck, you got to wait. People are going to be on, like, whatever you say, it's going to be a trade.
Check for Cyrus. Who wants showdown value?
Check
2K. Rep the Flush says holding nuts. He's over betting. So Team Toe over betting.
Okay.
Tempted to blast off, but I check here. Says Kep. We don't have many flushes in our range, and BB probably calls down with 8 or a 9.
All right, Arlie is checking. There we go. We're good. What is Alba doing?
You haven't answered yet. Albatross, what are you doing? Where you at?
Cats be stalling.
Fly your ass in here. 1450, he says.
All right, cool.
Feelback says BB is almost never folding river after imposition check fleshy flop. Needs to bet big or check in defeat. Affleck says block a lot of his bluff catchers with that call. Ace 10. We have that is worse. I think a mix 14-15 check is what he says.
Yeah. I'm torn as fuck.
I can't help myself. I
know.
overexploit
overbetting a lot,
the spot
man.
and like go the 2K. I do because I feel like when I go 1450, the fuck always calls with a 9 or an 8.
I mean, 1450 is just big enough, Toe. Like, I think it works just as often as 2K. That's where I'm at. Like, and then when he does check, what range were you trying to target? Maybe is he strong enough that we can go 2K and never get called with our value range? I feel like I have to bluff. I mean, I'm obviously.
Feel like that brings up a good point that do we check our flush draws back on the flop?
Yeah, maybe on this flop. It can make sense.
Sure.
I mean, we certainly could on this board if we're checking back a lot on this board. Like, checking flush draws would be nice. Wouldn't hate it.
Fair.
Oh, fuck, man. All right, Arlie's checking. I'm betting something.
1450 for Jeremy. Let's do it.
I'm not going to lie and say in game I wouldn't go 2K, but 1450 or 2K for me a lot. But let's do it.
Faraz is better bet, or I'm reporting this quiz to PC support. I like it. Let's find out.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to be doing a decent amount of betting here.
18 points.
I just don't feel super confident that we can win at Showdown. And we do have the ace of diamonds in our hand, which is nice. I think it's reasonable. We could have played some ace-high flushes this way. You know, maybe some ace-king of diamonds, maybe some ace-10 of diamonds, some ace-7 of diamonds. Stuff we may consider playing this way. And we also could have some queens in our range as well. You know, a hand like Jack-Queen could have certainly checked back. Queen 10, Queen 8, and so on. So I definitely think we have enough hands here to consider betting, and our hand lacks showdown value, which is another reason to bet. As far as the bet size, I'm probably standardly betting the 1450 size, but if you want to overbet here, I think that's totally a reasonable option as well.
Okay.
If you have a bad feeling, you just don't think your opponent's going to fold much, checking I don't think is a mistake. But it's not my default play. But, you know, hey, every once in a while you just, you know, your gut tells you it's not going to work and you want to check. I think that's totally okay to skip on this spot.
Nice.
Not only do we not see what if we get called.
We didn't even put in his bet. He's getting real lazy with it. He gives you what he's gonna do. He doesn't tell you if he did it in game, if he got called or anything. He is extra level trolling at this
and scene. It's over.
Yeah, extra next level trolls by Faraz.
22 points for the Army.
Yeah, we got 18.
Oh, we eked him out, Albatross. We eked him out. Let me know how you want your money. PayPal.
Good try, Arlie. It's all good. It's all good.
ACR. $5 off Team Toe.
This is a hard ass quiz.
What you want?
I didn't see anybody out there that really aced this quiz. Like everybody was all over the place. It's a funky board.
Like I said, this is something I've been looking at a lot the last week or so.
Everybody wrecked it on a turn with the fold, and felt like he missed like that, to be honest. But I'm not gonna go there.
ACR, all right. I got you.
Oh, quiz. Whoops.
All right, cool. Let's pick a new keyword.
What you got?
I don't know. I was getting ready to send homie his money. New keyword is. Let's do Affleck since he's here. Affleck in the chat. Let's do it.
One of the coaches here. Let's see.
No closure, Julius.
12:30. We got Uncle John.
No closure. It don't matter. Don't be results oriented. Make the right play. Win all the money. Be Faraz Jaka. That's the theme.
Damn, now we're going to have some patches in here since I missed last week of ones that look like they're available, but they're not.
Yeah, it's like the top 5
available. Oh, piss. Cool. We can do this. 1K. Tristan has one here. The last Alex one we did was not horrible time.
That was good.
It was actually a normal time, and it kind of shook me. So maybe we jump back in there.
I'm down.
You want to do 12:31?
Sure. Albatross, the money is in your account, home slice. I thought somebody put a fake Faraz quiz. It was an imposter. 12:31.
Yeah, let's do it.
An ACR
I'm sorry.
hand, huh?
Yeah, there's always disclaimer. If there's a 5-minute explanation on something, we gotta just
Yeah, we're gonna paraphrase.
fast forward. Yeah, cool.
right.
I'm ready to roll it.
Let's do it. Oh shit!
There it is.
The world's most winningest global home game player in history. Coming up for the Army, it's Chowell in the house.
Shaw Weezy's going down. We got Chill Winston in the house, my dude.
Let's
One
do it.
Obvious fine.
Hooray.
Good to see you, buddy. Good luck, man.
Shaking my fist
Win
toward the
this
heavens,
shit.
screaming, "No closure!" Then I sit back down, get my composure, and get ready for the next hand. That's good. You should do that live.
All right, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Oh, shit,
Hey everybody,
that is
so in this
fucking
tournament
hella
you're
small.
deep in a low stakes tournament on an American site. You have Ace King under the gun
Sorry, it's so
plus
small.
1.
Yeah, we're kind of fucked up.
The whole table, there's a lot of people playing like 40% of the hands and not being
396.
too aggressive.
396 is our
And your
stack
stack
at
is
11.6.
396,674. Blinds are 5,800,
This shit is
11,600
small.
with an ante of 1K. Pre-flop, would you like to call? Would you like to raise to 23,200? Would you like to raise to 28,200? Or would you like to raise to 32,625?
All right, so this quiz all kind of cray-cray.
I forgot that these are small as
They're
shit.
not usually this. I don't know if we ever had this problem, but it's Ace King. You got about 40-ish bigs, and the big blind is 11-6. There are your betting options. What's the opening size? 11-6 is the big blind there, Chavo.
Thanks for the tag, Chill. Oh, and there's no 3-bet, Stolsky. This is just your straightforward pre-flop opening sides.
That's Julius.
There's a 6 big stack,
With
Is it
calling
not?
stations, I go 28-2.
40,
Sizing up.
50, 16. The button has 16 bigs, about 15, 16, and the big blind has
32
like
for
30.
Hollywood.
Oh, it's all good, man. It looks kind of weird. It's smaller shit.
23-2
I wish it wasn't this small.
for I'm Too Funny. 28-2 for Cosin. Cyrus going 23-2. We got a mix of all the bet sizes.
Smooth going 32. I'm seeing a lot of 3Xs.
Me too. A lot of 3Xs, couple min raise issues, and then Cosin out there with split the difference. Chowell split the difference. 28-2 for Chowell. Big bet for Smooth.
30, 30, 30. Okay.
You do, Julius.
28-2 for Chill.
23-2 for Albatross.
What y'all Weezy doing?
28-2.
Yeah, they're both doing the same thing. I'm just going 23-2 personally. But...
Oh, yeah, I would min raise it in game, so
I mean,
as
about
close
min-raise,
to
yeah.
min raise as possible.
Yep. So the smallest one for me.
Mathflex says
Alex-
last hand, Ace King mostly checks flop, Ace Queen, and more so Ace Jack bet with more backdoor straight draws with the suited ace. Turn mixes some little fold. Our hand, Pure Bluff River, just looked it up, had the board solved. Nice. I'm actually
Hey, Matt,
get myself.
does the Ace King with offsuit without a diamond check or bet more? Or is that kind of checking all the Ace
He
Kings?
said it for this with suited ace, so I'm assuming that one checks.
So without the Ace King, because we don't mind just bet folding that one.
Affleck answer official, doesn't matter. Just fucking raise.
Okay, cool. I see. I get it.
That's what he said.
Feels like too much equity to get check raised with the diamond in their hand. That makes sense. Cool. We are going to
Ace King, no suit, pure check, is what he says.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. So always checking Ace King. Cool.
Yeah, makes sense.
Thanks. All right, 28-2.
28-2 for us as well. Let's do it.
Well, what you should do here, big cards make
here we
big
go,
pairs,
Alex.
and pairs tend to make a lot of money in
How
heads-up
long
pot
is
because the
this?
2
average
minutes.
winning hand in a heads-up pot
Not too
will
bad.
be a pair, so the best pair tends to make a lot of money. If you get into a multi-way pot, the average hand that wins in a multi-way pot tends to be 2-pair or better. This hand does not have any particular qualities that would make it fantastic for a multi-way pot. It's not suited. It is not open to a lot of straight draws because obviously we can't flop to the 2 and the 3 and make that a straight. So it's not a much of a connector. So, well, we can't use the ace and the king together with the 2 and the 3. The ace does work both ways. But yeah, anywho. It doesn't really work that great as a connector. It's not a suited hand. It obviously has no special capability to flop a set or anything like that. So this hand does really well heads up. How do we get heads up with one of these people who likes to play 40% of the hands, we price a little higher, and then we'll usually get the loose player to call. And the guys who know something might go, what is this larger raise coming from earlier position? Perhaps I don't want to peel with 10-8 suited, and that's fine. We'd like the people who know a little something to fold, and we'd like the guy who thinks every king 10 offsuit and he wants to play small stakes and he wants to play every pot. We'd like him to come along. That's fine. And if you just 2x it here, you're really likely to play a 4-way pot. And
are you?
If the pot gets really big, your pair is most likely not the best thing for you. So we raise a little bit bigger here. And what do you know? A big pot in position versus the big blind flatter, because the big blind just never folds anymore. And if you want to get regs to play their worst, it tends to be when they flat out of the big blind, if you have any chops post-flop. Now, I don't actually know much about this player. The few stats I did have were 21-15, though, which means VPIP voluntarily played a pot 21% of the time, pre-flop raise of 15%, so that does look more like a regular. So let's just assume this player is a regular, although we don't know a ton about them. So we raise, we get a call from the big blind, yes, and we get this board, sweet, and this person checks to us. Now here on this board, would we like to check? Would we like to bet 32,625? Would we like to bet 42,050? Or would we like to bet 87,543?
I don't think I've ever heard
He was so giddy.
Assassinado used to be like lighthearted and humorous. That's kind of funny. Hey, I was thinking about this too. Affleck, if you're feeling froggy and want to hop on the stream, let me know. I'll send you the link, man. No pressure.
Yeah. That's the board we love. 40K from Oslo. Stinky going 30. Smooth going 30. I need to just be listening to the students.
High buy-in like that. Check flop. Full turn. Isn't the worst play. Correct.
We need grip
style.
style.
Sess is advocating holding based bet size against bad low stakes players. He is 32 for Cyrus. Smooth going 32. 32 for Bruce. Oh, I'm too funny. 32. Chavo going 32 as well.
We got 140K here.
Pot is
mostly 32s.
84.
We got about a 4 SPR.
Oh, you're in Florida, Affleck. Nice. I'm assuming you're playing live. Good luck.
Gilbert Dotfrey.
32 for 42.
Hollywood. Oh, the 42's rolling in now.
I think my range wants to check small. Wants to bet smaller check, says Kep. Which way are you leading?
Chill Winston's going 32.
32 for Chavo as well.
So they're going the same thing again. I mean, what's the smallest? Let's see. Am I trying to play like? Am I gonna play, or I think Alex might check this? But I feel like at this SPR, I mean, we need to bet with a 4 SPR to start getting all the money in. Mm-hmm. And there's enough single heart hands he may call with, or just single ace X he wouldn't 3-bet there. So I'm definitely probably gonna bet the smallest I could possibly bet.
Kept leaning towards small bet. Yeah, me too. Yeah, and that's what I would do. I'd be 30%ish here myself, pretty much with range against the big blind. So since I'm doing that with range, I'm definitely doing that with this strong ass hand as well. Tiny bet. Let's check in on this board, says Affleck. Betting small this combo. 32. Ace, king, no hearts. Still check a lot here. Big blind has a coverage with wheels and flushes. Sure, they got all the flush combos and the wheel combos for sure. Good point, Affleck. Cool. Yeah, you going 32? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, that's what Chill's doing. Someone says we have the best hand. Can't let him get there. I mean, he's drawing.
He can't get there.
There's not too many get theres he can have when we have this much equity. Although he can just turn some random shit. But yeah, I get you. 32. Let's do it.
Don't range bet here, says Affleck. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Bet 32 it is.
Let's do it.
If we thought this guy was very loose, aggressive, perhaps a check to raise the turn for value would be really interesting, but I just don't see this player leading a bunch of weaker aces or draws. If we bet really small here, we could get the queen of hearts, the jack of hearts to come along, even like queen of hearts, jack of diamonds, something like that, which would obviously just be fantastic because we're going to get, should the turn be a heart, we're going to get 3 barrels If we bet really large here, I think it's possible that we just get an ace to out-and-out fold, which we really do not want to have happen, because tighter aggressive players, if they were really confused by that, I don't think you're going to get a check jam here with, like, let's say an ace 10. Just check calling feels really awful with an overbet there. So you'll probably get value from 42,000. I think you'll get more folds than you'll bargain for from a regular here if you make it 87. If you had just, let's say you had just a very loose player who seemed like a recreational player, if you overbet this pot, I don't think that's a bad move because they're really likely to go, I have an ace, I don't want to fold, that's it. And you could get some pretty serious value. Here, I think that's a little misapplied. I think we would really, really like the queen or the jack of the hearts to come along. So we bet small. And the turn's the queen of spades. That's just... well, he checks. Now, here, would you like to check? Would you like to bet 54,738? Would you like to bet 74,675, or would you like to bet 94,675?
What do you like here?
Interesting.
Oh, shit.
Let me roll it back so you can see.
Think he's going small again with the 54.
Albatross, you scared the shit out of me for a second. He's like, you accidentally sent me 500, Toe. Thanks for the birthday present. He was trolling. Sheesh. The good thing is, with you in particular, Albatross, is I have your address, so I ain't worried. $500. I'll come knocking on your door. 54K for Hollywood. Going small again, third pot. 74 for Cossin, 54 for Pot Genius. 74 for Smooth.
74, 74, 74. 54 for Stoll. There's 150 out there. SPR is a little over 2.
What's in the pot? 149 and change, Bruce. 54 for Hellfire. $54. Joe Winston went 74 right off the gate. 15. You son of a bitch. 74 for Bruce. 74 for Albatross. Chowell going 74 as well.
So interesting.
Yeah, I had to bring up ACR and check, Julius. You had me shook for a second.
Might be 54, Snakey says. Gilbert says 54, so...
Kept going 74.
What did Chaweezy do?
74.
Yep, they both went 74. You got the same
scores calling
right
74,
now.
We call 94. Valid question.
What do you think of here, Toe? I think I'm looking at the SPR with this sets up. There, I said it. Get it out the way. Take a shot.
Take a shot.
It's going to be more attractive if we go 74. But, 54 also kind of puts us just at a slight overbet on the river if we get there. Mm-hmm. So... yeah, I'm very torn.
94 for Cyrus. Yeah, I would click my 60% button, which is about 89. So in between 74 and 94 is where I would be. I guess if I had to choose with these, I'm probably going 74 myself, I guess.
It sets up a much better just jam on the river. It just makes the stack to pot ratio much nicer. So I think 74. But
either 54 or 94. Geo sizing is around 100K to get stacks. Not sure that we want to go geo. I'm going 54K. He's going small. Not a texture we think we go huge because we just have the board smashed.
And we have flop. So much equity. We don't care if we have
check
to
range.
bet river.
Stop betting range too. I told you I'm over C betting against Big Blind Defend. Affleck just yelled at me. It's true.
Caddy says 94. We are going 74 because that's what Chill's doing. But yeah, I'm pretty torn between these two sizes. This feels like it gets way more calls. 54 does than 74 than 94, but. Arlie's going 54. All right, let's do it. 74 here.
If you think about this, it's a really good card for our opponent because if they're peeling with the Queen of Hearts, they've now just made a pair, which really shouldn't change much. But people, when they make a pair, they're like, oh, just a couple extra outs. Now I can call 94,000 if we just barrel here, right? And I think you could do that with a lot of regs. So if you said bet big here, I think that's interesting. If you said bet 74K, that's interesting. But again, if we bet really big, it's really likely we lose the ace. Just the bare ace here, I don't think is calling more than 54,738. Exactly that number, 54,000. But I don't think the ace, if you bet something large here, ace 6 of clubs has to go, like, what are the chances this guy is just double barreling the king of hearts? I don't think it's that likely. And is likely to fold. So I think we have to go, if we go a little bit smaller, it sells. A lot of people just on the turn just won't think about it. They make their big decision on the river. So I think you're going to get more calls there. And we do get a call there if we bet smaller. So we call, and the river is the two of spades, and he checks. Now here, would you like to check? Would you like to bet 85,413? Would you like to bet 129,413, or would you like to move all in?
Can we be a greedy son of a bitch here and go all in or not?
That brings up some good points, but I'll save those.
Woo! Man, what are we doing here, guys?
What's the plan, Toe Army? Cyrus jamming in his face.
She'll snap this itch. Snap jam.
Jam ski for smooth. Bruce going one. Oh, some bet sizes seem to be coming in now. 129 for Bruce and Qasim and Hollywood.
Sure, Winston's the kind of guy that's getting sloppy drunk in the middle of a tournament.
And Hellfire.
Ace 2 is calling from the big blind. Just snap jamming this.
He starts jamming it in his face.
Is Ace 2 calling from the big blind? Do you think Ace 2 has some frequency check raises at some point? 129, weaker ace can call.
Cap wants to go 150, so he'll settle on 129.
125% pot jam. Or 129, just like half his stack. Can go small, 85. Shack.
He says, I want to get some value here.
Last. If you bet small and opponent jam, yeesh.
That is kind of rough.
You bet 85 and he check rips on you? Go 129 and he jams. Has the no bluffs. And you put in half your set. You put in like
hand last night. I was watching Marlon. He had nothing. He had like ace high, I think, and he bluffed the river and left the dude one chip behind. And then the dude jammed on him, and he didn't know what to do. It was awesome. I was dying. But jamming looked like a missed flush draw. Good question. I don't see Chavo yet, so I don't want to give any answers, Cyrus. I'm holding my thoughts back for a minute.
Yeah, we've already went. Sure, Winston snap jam this shit. One of the first answers in chat. No fear.
Couldn't get his chips in fast enough.
Yeah, go all in.
What are you doing, Chavo?
Put his ash on the shot clock.
Want to keep basing. He's going 129.
All right, he's going 129.
Affleck had a couple of good points. On the turn, he says nut ratio is still very high because the big blind still has all of the flushes,
the flop flushes
and straights. Don't think we get to bet big on the turn. Not sure this hand gets to bet turn and shove river a ton unimproved. And then he says on the river he's jamming. Most players are not protecting their range with a lot of flushes. Lots of range is ace X. Big blind needs to defend 50% range and has to call lots of ace X. Thinking he's splitting a lot of times too, right?
Yep.
He's jamming.
I'm only jamming. Yeah, I mean, I have no control of my body in this spot. Thinking, like, the big blind's just going to have some ace X. He doesn't, like, 3-bet pre-flop. You know, he's going to just have, like, ace-5 offshoot and shit like that, thinking he's shopping and never fold. Thinking there's a chance we could have missed flush draw, or he's just chopping often enough with the pot being this big. So, yep, I'm all in.
Viv says, was going to knit it up, but the Supreme Master said to just jam, so rip it.
Yeah.
I like it. We're going 129. That's what Chow was doing.
Let's do it.
This one is very, very difficult.
8 points
so
129.
Whatever you answered other than check, I think you're fine. Now, if you said do the gimme bet 85,413,
The
a
gimme
lot of
bet.
regs are going to have a hard time justifying that you have the king of hearts in your hand and you're bluffing. They'll probably still give you the bet, which makes this probably the best bet most of the time. But I think we need to think about things a little bit more deeply. Now, if you go to 129,413, I guess that looks a little bit more like, hey, I'm trying to bluff with the king of hearts here. But I think it does lose a few more aces. Now, here's the thing. Let's pretend you're playing and your screen name is Assassinato. And you have a bit of a reputation as a guy who likes himself some bluffs.
Well,
This is a
3 minutes.
card that a lot of regs, if they think you're a bluffing style player, they assume you're just going to fire 100% of the time. Because if you notice what just happened is if we each had an ace, it's not that likely this opponent has ace queen because they probably would have 3-betted pre-flop. I guess they could have ace queen. But if we both have an ace, we now both have aces and twos with the queen kicker. So the other thing I was hoping is when we bet really small on that turn, hopefully it looks like we're trying to buy the showdown, which means we don't have the top end of our range because maybe we would bet bigger with 2-pair or something like that. So maybe we think, okay, I'm getting just a couple more cents out of a heart draw. Maybe I've got king queen and I just want to check back on the river. And it looks like the stack to pot ratio looks like I did not set up for this river to jam because he has 276,000. There's 258 in the middle. So it looks like, hey, I'm just trying to buy a showdown. And then I was going to fire on the river pretty much always. And then people just usually regs just go miss flush draw. I only need to be right 20% of the time. If he bets small, okay, I call. And then we collect quite nicely. Once that pairs, what happens is bluffing style players in general shove a lot of the time there to get him off of the chop. And if I were to have a queen, I could turn it into a bluff, assuming he would fold everything other than, well, he probably would have 3-bet ace king. He could have check raised ace queen on the turn. It's hard for him to have anything other than a crappy ace that's holding on for dear life. You would have thought maybe he would have check raised a flop flush for value at some point. So it could look like a bluff. It could also look like I'm trying to get him off of a chop. Now, what that means is I do have to balance that with the ace king on certain occasions. I do have to jam there for value a little bit. I can't just go for the gimme bet when I have it and just jam when I'm trying to get him off of a chop. That's going to look pretty obvious at some point. So I was hoping this would look like I was trying to get him off of a chop and hopefully make it look a little bit more like the king of hearts, which I have in my hand, so I can pretty easily represent it. Make it look like the king of hearts. Make it look like an ace that's trying to get him off of a chop. Make it look like perhaps a hand I'm turning into a bluff and hopefully get like the really big call. But it didn't work out. So this is an interesting hand I was looking at this morning after my session. I thought it was very interesting. I still like the jam as opposed to, I thought this player was good enough. He probably would have seen through a small bet, but it's certainly up for debate, I think.
Interesting, Chalo. You did really good, man. A bunch of 8, 9s, and 10s. Final score, 35 points.
37. We did it.
He eat you, Chalo.
He did
it. You.
Good shit. Good
spot.
shit.
Good quiz.
Chill Winston with the snap jam on the river. No fear, baby. Good shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got you, man. Make sure to shoot me that whisper. I got you, bro.
GG, says Chalo. It was good.
Cool. Let's do another one. We got time.
Let's put Affleck up on the chopping block.
Oh, one of his quizzes?
1225.
Yeah, we could do that. And see he had a new one in there.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna make sure to just straight bomb it. Just get every aspect wrong.
Until Army expels Chowell, you're dead to me.
You already know what time it is over here. It's Cat Jam time.
All right, Cat Jam in the chat to make Sixes happy. He missed it last week. He needs his fill.
I need my fill. I wasn't here.
Cat Jam in the chat. Guys, it's a good time to show exclamation point PC in my chat, exclamation point PC in Sixes chat. For you to sign up for free, it's a pokecoaching.com website. 1,200 quizzes if you sign up for the premium. A bunch of webinars that go on every week with multiple different coaches that you can get in touch with. Homework assignments, a bunch of content for you. If you sign up for free, 20 free quizzes, big blind charts for 100 blinds or more, and a bunch of homework assignments. So make sure you click the link. Check it out. Get the free shit. It's good shit. It's free. You can't go wrong.
And maybe now that live is coming back, the staking stuff will come back.
There you go.
You remember that? Yeah, they were doing that for a while before the pandemic, where they were live players. They were sending people to live events for opportunities. So maybe stay tuned for that here, sometime this year. I think that'll be pretty cool.
Good morning, buddy.
Cool. What are we looking at? We are 12:25. Let's roll it and see what up. What up, Deuterino, my dude? Love to see you back in there.
Mr. Mendo Bruce in the house. What up, buddy? Good luck.
Oh, I thought Mendo Bruce won it. I got shook for a second. All right, let's do it. I got slow.
All right, here we go.
Let's go. Oh.
Right.
Represent one of the Mafia's finest at this point.
Shit.
Let's do it. 12:25.
All right, this hand we have Queen Jack offsuit.
Who won it for you?
In the
Bruce.
Oh, Mendo. Oh, he did win it. Oh, shit. Oh, I'll play this.
Shook.
All
right, in this hand
Sure.
we have Queen Jack
Let's do
offsuit.
it.
We are in the
I flipped
hijack with 30 big blinds. We're going to raise it up, 2.2x standard. Not much to talk about here. We get called by the button, who is a loose aggressive regular, and we get called by a pretty short stack here in the big blind. And the flop comes king 8-3 with 2 spades. It's going to check to us. Should we check? Bet 10,000, bet 17,000, or bet 25,000.
It's Vanessa Cade, the big blind.
Tangerina.
Poker's newest
I remember looking at
millionaire.
Tangerina is very good as well. I was watching Hand History with Justin.
Oh, really?
Where it was the final table of the warm-up, and Tangerina was playing super well.
Interesting spot. Multi-way. What do we
Open
do?
full. Man, shut your ass. You open full.
Everybody checking.
Everybody checking?
Check.
Let's see. Oslo is going 17K. Okay. 17K there. Deuterino's going 17K. Chill Winston's checking. Stinky saying 17K. Czechoslovakia.
Check for Bruce.
Same.
Rat Dad being the outcast, he's betting 10. Super small.
That's that's the only 10 I've seen. Okay, I see you.
Pure check,
Trendsetter.
says the real Sind.
How about yourself, Tal?
Check for me.
Man, I still got a problem. This is just like the problem is like what I see here is just like
Wrap around the king. You got the spade. Most of the check says Affleck mix some 10K. I think 80% check, high check board.
And I mean we got to see Vanessa's stack is why I probably have to check here. Like we bet even small, like maybe 10K is the bet. I don't want to bet 17, and then it's just a horrible with the SPR. With Vanessa still just being able to check raise any pair. Any flush draw. I mean, Paso probably 3-bets ace king. We block some king queen king jack. So you can consider betting, but yeah, 10 or check. I like it. But 17K is our bet here.
We're checking.
Probably have to go 10, maybe just 10. Checking here. Okay, 17 here.
All right, let's do it.
So multi-way spots like this, we definitely want to be checking a lot more. We have 2 ranges that we're up against. We are out of position to the button, who's going to have a lot of suited kings, offsuit broadways. They're going to hit this board
That's
backdoor
the
flush
funniest shit.
draws, etc. Our hand in particular, though, is a pretty good bet blocking king queen and king jack, king queen offsuit and king jack suited, which are two of the heaviest, like two very very strong hands in the buttons range that we block. We have a lot of back doors, having the queen of spades, and also the short stack right here with one SPR. Protects us because we're going to be c-betting even less because this player is going to get it all in a lot against us. So I like betting small here. I think betting 10,000 or 17,000 are both fine. We don't want to bet much larger at all than that. We're really multi-way pots are interesting here because when we bet, the strongest range is actually the button. The button's lacking hands like ace, king, and kings and aces, but they have a pretty strong range of like pairs, suited connectors, and broadways. And when we bet here, we put the button in a really tough spot because if they flat, the big blind can go all in with any king, any 8, any 3, any flush draw, etc. And so this player has to fold a little bit more than they should. And that's why I like betting here versus in a heads-up spot. I might check this some of the time, but this is one of our better hands to bluff with here. I bet 9,600. I think betting 17,000 might be a little bit better. I think generating a little bit more fold equity against some smaller pairs. We kind of give the button an easy call here with a lot of hands, but I don't hate it. I think both sizes are perfectly fine here. The button does call. The big blind folds. 4 spades on the turn. Should we check, bet 20,000, bet 30,000, or bet 45,000?
Viv says there are multiple Matts. Haven't you seen Matt's hand history webinars? That's hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you put your ass in this mess, sixes.
I did. I would have bet here in game. You know it. You see that?
What are we doing now, guys?
I'd have bet here in game.
Kept snap checking.
45K bluffing his ass, Seabass. 30K from also 30 from Stinky, 30 from Deuterino. Everybody just firing. Okay. Firing half pot. 0 give ups. Beast.
20K for Sea Stars, 30K for Hellfire, 30K for Cyrus, 30K for Viv. We're pinking the spade, he says. Ethics says, I remember this one. I think I ran it before making the quiz. I think I ran it as a heads-up spot versus the button, not a three-way since Vanessa just folded. Okay.
Looks like we're setting up a Reba Jam. We have the Queen of Spades. Chill Winston says 45K.
Bruce, what are you doing? Real Sin betting 45?
We're going 30 here. Is going 30.
45 for Bruce.
45 for Bruce and 30 here. I mean, I know what you're doing. You know what I'm doing. Got it back. We went so small.
I hate this.
we went so small on the flop that he just gets to meet MDF super fucking wide. So I just think he has every single pair he may have flatted with. Here, we're blocking a lot of flush draws with the Queen of Spades that he may have in his range. So yeah, I'm kind of just going for it. I'm blasting
Queen Jack
equity.
Jack,
those hands.
Queen.
Yeah, we're blocking those value hands that he flats with, and then we went so small. I think his range is so wide.
What about him?
And I'm just going 45 here myself.
Me too.
It's not, I mean, I know you. I mean, I've seen
as played.
As played.
Yeah, I'm going.
I don't know, or 30 or 45, something like that. 45 is max fold equity, and then we just get to bluff jam some rivers as well. So yeah. No, if he calls 45 here, do we condense to just never bluffing river unimproved? I mean, I don't want to get into the forecasting it, but I'm just thinking ahead. All right, we are going 30 because that's what O is doing.
Who's going 45? Let's find out.
Let's do it. 30.
I think
okay.
This is a spot that we want to check a ton to the button on this flush completer. The button's going to have all the nut flushes, a lot of 7-6 spades. Like when they call the flop, they're not floating with ace-7 of hearts. You know, they have a decently strong hand range of like a king, an 8, small pairs, flush draws,
small
backdoor.
Pairs,
the key thing here, backdoor club draws, we don't want to have a club in our hand. So we're trying to fold out a hand like ace of clubs 10 on this turn. We're trying to fold out like, you know, queen jack of clubs, 9-10 of clubs, all these type of hands. And we also block two of the strongest King X hands, King Queen and King Jack. Now King Queen might raise the flop a decent amount, but we have a spade blocker. The Queen of Spades is good, but not the best. Like we block Queen Jack of Spades, Queen 10 of Spades, Queen 9 of Spades, Queen 8 of Spades. They don't really have many worse Queen X. Basically, the Ace of Spades is way more important blocker here than the Queen of Spades because they can have every combination of like Ace 10 suited down to Ace 2 suited versus they only have a few Queen X suited combos. But blocking King Queen, Queen Jack, or King Queen, King Jack, attacking those backdoor club draws is pretty good here. So I do like barreling here. We don't need to go large. We're just trying to fold out those club hands.
Well played, 30Ks.
7s, 6s, 5s with
well
no
played.
spade in them. So I like betting 30,000 here. I think that's a pretty good sizing here. We don't want to go too large here because they can just have the nut flush. And this sets us up pretty well here on the river. Our opponent does call, and the river is the 7 of diamonds. Should we check, bet 25,000, bet 60,000, or go all in?
Oh, shit. What are you doing? What are you doing?
No nice things. Where's the nice things at? Just Snakey's blasting. Oh, it says fuck. You got a perfect score on the turn at least.
Check for Hollywood.
That's where we're, we're trying to play the hand the best that we can. Deuterino's going with the diamond hands. 60.
Your coach gave the same answer as you. I wouldn't have played this way, I think, for better or for worse. I would have checked flop myself, Bruce.
I would have 100%. 80% of the time bet flop, so.
Give up, question mark, says Cyrus. How do we get here? Go buy a beer, says Chow.
Turn to a full-out bluff.
Kept giving up.
Going 60K? Oh. Yeah. So 60K.
Check, I quit, says Bruce.
We bet small on flop.
He's waving the white flag.
Check, head hung with shame. Flop and turn, sorry.
Listen, if you don't get caught bluffing every once in a while, you're not bluffing enough.
So 60K for slow. Bet 60K for Arlie. A lot of people going 60K. Chill Winston says, I think I'm jamming. Hell yeah, you're jamming.
Cap says we block a lot of what we want him to have.
We got the machine gun of the army over here, or of the mafia. And that's Chill Winston. Dude's blasting. Love it.
Is that the guy?
Oh, and yeah, he's not. Oh, we're ready. We went. 60K.
Oh, cool. Affleck says, pretty good bluff now. Block tons of value. King, queen, king, jack, queen 10 suited. Fold out ace of spades, jack, ace of spades 10, 6s, and 5s. Sometimes you just got to shoot your way out. Bruce checking, though.
Bruce checking and going 60K for also.
Let's do it.
Yeah. 60. Let's do it.
So very close spot here on the river. If you actually look in a solver here, which I've ran it on,
we didn't even say we would have done.
Interested in this hand.
I would have checked.
This hand is a 50-50
I'll probably give
mix
up when we go
between
something
shove
turn
and check. And the ace of spade combos were pretty much always shoving here, and that kind of has to go with what I said in the last part. Villains, a lot of the villains' slow played flushes are going to be the nut flushes. Ace deuce of spades, ace 5 of spades, ace jack of spades, ace 10 of spades, all those type of hands. And the only one we block is ace queen of spades, which isn't even in their range really, because for 30 big blinds they probably just 3-bet get in ace queen of spades. So we block very few flushes now, the big blind.
That kind of stuff, guys. 5, 6 of spades. I don't know.
We do block king, queen, king, jack, which is important, but blocking those strong nut flush draw hands is nut flushes is much more important here. And people just don't fold a lot here. We bet the turn to fold out all those club draw hands. So I think I like checking and giving up here. And my general strategy in these spots is I overbluff the turn because I think people overfold the turn. And once I've bet the turn, I've already exploited them because they're overfolding. So I made my money on the turn. Now I don't want to give that money back by bluffing into a stronger range. And so let me repeat that again. I think he overfolds the turn. Therefore, I want to underbluff the river once I bet because I've narrowed their range a lot more, made my turn bet was much more profitable than it should be, and so I've already exploited them.
Yep.
Like I said, this is kind of a 50-50 shove, so it's indifferent between shoving and checking with this type of hand, and I think as an exploit, we want to just check and underbluff here and just choose our better bluffs, which are going to be hands like ace of spades 10, ace of spades jack. Those type of hands are going to be the better hands to bluff with here. So I do check, our opponent shoves, and we have an easy fold, and yeah.
21 points for Bruce the Legend.
24 here. And also I wanted to say, that was one of the best ways I've heard it phrased on the turn, why we want to give up on that river. We've condensed their range, and they're just going to overfold on the turn and not continue wide enough. So that was really good.
Affleck says, can you remind me of this quiz in about 3 hours when I'm thinking of tripling off versus Old Man Coffee in the Maine later in Florida? That's
funny as
hell.
That's good.
Good try, Bruce. You got close on that one.
Good shit. Oh, you know where to find me. Make sure to send me a whisper. I can get you ACR, PayPal. Let me know what works for you, and I'll try to do it today. I'm really bad about doing it right away. How would we have played this differently? Matt likes the way we played it.
Sorry. I misclicked. Forget those two little things in there. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Cool. All right. But yeah, let's go back to the quizzes real quick. Pick a new keyword. Give somebody else an opportunity. That was a really good quiz.
Yeah, it was.
I think we all learned something.
Multi-way spots, tough.
Yep.
A lot of people have solved or are solving a lot of these heads-up spots, but the multi-way spots are still pretty wide open for a lot of people, I think, that are still kind of figuring that shit out.
All right. New keyword. Six toes. I mean,
the default.
The default.
All right, 6 toes in the chat.
Doing God's work, leading us plebs do premium quizzes. It's a preview into the site, man. There's so much on this site. There's so much value here with the quizzes, the webinars that are always just different coaches, cash game, tournament, just all kind of shit, man. It's amazing how much value is here. You got Affleck with super elaborate breakdowns in regards to certain spots and situations.
Love that guy.
I'm just saying, it's kind of sick.
I can listen
all
to
right.
Matt talk poker all day. 12:30 looks like the best one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's do that one. So we'll do 12:30. Jay Little, Uncle. We'll do one of Uncle's quizzes, and we will roll it. Get in there. Give you guys another.
Affleck got in the giveaway.
He got the giveaway.
I hope we draw Affleck so bad.
So just get worked by somebody over here. Get absolutely just smoked. Scores a 0. Funny as hell. All right. You guys ready?
I'm ready. Ready to roll it?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Hollywood.
Oh, shit. Deuterino. Let's go. Our boy.
Shit.
Let's go. We were studying yesterday, my dude. I know you're sharp right now. We were in the lab yesterday.
Rigged, says Affleck. Fucking rigged.
I love it.
All right, Hollywood, let's run this bitch.
12:30, let's go.
Here we have Ace King suited in the money. Day 2 of a $1,000 buy-in tournament. Under the gun, we have no reads. It makes it $350,000. And we are in the hijack seat next to act with Ace King of Spades. Oh, yes. Should we fold, call,
Is this quiz over?
re-raise to $900,000, or go all in?
Got 40 bigs. What are we doing? Hollywood, you get to compete
37,
in this quiz.
37,
So
30.
let me know what you would do in this quiz, and we're going to go with your answers. If you beat the player in Six's stream, you get $5.
Good luck
What
with
would
that.
you do in this spot with Ace King suited?
Good luck with that.
Oh, shit. He's talking some mad smack.
He's dead, boys. We got Deuterino here. 900s.
900K for Smooth, 900K for Carson, Jam for Viv,
Re-raise.
900 for C-Stars.
Only 900s.
900. We got one jam and a hell of a lot of 900s.
Damn, son. I mean, it
Fold
looks like
Hollywood,
it's
it's a trap. 900 for Kep. You got to balance your folding range, right, Affleck? 900 for Hollywood.
900, but open to call on the jam. Now, hold up. Call it, Snakey said. Ooh.
Just call him.
Want people to call with trash hand.
Doing the reverse fast play with Ace King.
6-handed. 900K for the ship. Good luck out there, my dude.
All 900s, one jam for us. Hollywood going 900.
What's up, my dude? 900. Everybody's going 9 motherfucking 100. Ohio's finest as well. What's up, Journey? All right.
Ace King off of flats here, 30%, says Affleck. Yep. I'm going 900. I'm just
going 900.
Pretty bad.
I wish there was game flow.
Too much chips to jam it.
No, we're not jamming.
So 900 is the only option.
Is it? I mean, I don't know.
I wish I knew. Always
raises. Yeah, we're never. I mean, I've checked this. We're just going 900. It's too strong, but not 5. Yeah, 900. All right, let's do it. Just
click it, cray.
I know. All
right, let's do it.
Contrarian.
This is a scenario where some people make a big mistake of just ripping it all in. That is not a good play. I realize everybody has 40 big blinds or less, but when that is the case, you don't want to just be jamming it all in for huge amounts. Now, it's profitable to jam, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the most profitable play. A much more profitable play will be to call or re-raise. And I'm basically always 3-betting Ace King suited, but if you told me you wanted to call because you think under the gun's particularly tight, or because you thought under the gun's maybe particularly loose but weak and will fold to a 3-bet, then sure, you can call. But re-raising 900,000 is going to be the default play in this scenario basically every time. Folds around to under the gun, and now he rips it all in for a whole pile of chips, 40 big blinds.
Fuck is this?
Should we fold or call?
Who's folding?
All right, quiz is over.
Who's folding?
You both, all you guys got it right. I mean, it's over. Nobody's folding. Let's go.
Who's folding?
It's over. We got to pick another quiz for these cats. Easy mode activated.
Yeah, this is a weird quiz.
Yeah. Ain't a soul in this bitch folding. All right, let's click it, man.
Oh, there you go. Real Sind is re-raising the all-in. I like that. Littlest folding, Little's never, ever folding.
Exposing your hand.
He mailed it in. He did. He just met quota.
Hand.
He met quota with this quiz.
Oh boy, we have another map.
Your cards and think you're just calling, but they.
Wow. You know what's interesting is somehow I clicked call and he's got a 5-minute explanation on the river here. We're on the.
No. We're moving on. It ain't happening. Here, how about this, guys? I'm clicking call. You see 10. It's 5 minutes. We are never, ever like.
Don't fucking fold Ace King.
All right, we're going to pick another quiz. Ain't no way.
Sorry.
5 minutes listening about getting this in. No, we're too big in the game for that.
We're too big in the game.
All of us, everybody in here is too good. All right, let's pick another quiz real quick. No way.
If we scroll down a bit, I see another Affleck and another JL. We can do 1209.
Wait, what happened? We snap called and won.
We snap called Ace King suited. We're doing another quiz.
Yeah, there's just no way. I'm listening to 5 minutes talking about Ace King. We got it in and we won. And we won $1 million.
After the 15th quiz you make, sometimes you find simple preflop spots. Says Affleck. I've done it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It happens. I get it. Which one? Oh, wait a minute.
But it's a drawing hand, says Gab. 1209, good?
1209. Let me make sure I have not done that. Let's do that. Pocket nines with Uncle again. Give me another shot.
Excuse me. All right, let's roll right away.
Yep.
Here we are in the money in this 6-handed tournament.
We've
facing
done this one.
Under the gun raise to 225,000. We're in the cutoff with pocket nines. We are very deep stacked, but notice sacks are all over the place. a 25 big blind stack opening, an 8.
Sorry, JL. I forgot there was those couple of duplicates.
You could do this Tristan 1228, but yeah, let's do it.
Give me a sec. My internet's being slow right now.
Okay. No, it's just the site sometimes I think does that. Mine lags kind of hard sometimes.
All right, 1228 for Mr. Tristan Wade. Let's do it.
Tristan Wade here with another quiz. This quiz comes from $200 online MTT. And in this spot, under the gun with 35 big blinds, min raises.
Viv.
And action folds us under the gun +2. What should we do here with ace queen suited? Should we fold? Should we call? Or should we raise to 6,500?
All right, there we go. Ace queen suited. Who's calling? Who's raising? Who's folding? What you gonna do?
Okay, this might,
We got options here.
Yeah.
Call for kept, raise for smooth. So right away, controversy in the Toe Army chat.
Jonathan loves giving us kids a good AK story.
Nice little AK bedtime story.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
One call, all 6,500s. Hollywood going 6,500. Rad Dad calling.
Stinky's calling. MILF Island's calling. Harley's calling.
MILF
Gilbert's calling.
Island? What a screen name that one is. That's awesome. Flat. 3-bet off the Super Virgin says the Royal
Sin.
Sin.
We jam, but this is EP, maybe call.
Affleck calling.
Who do we pick again? Shit. Oh, Deuterino, a shoe. That's right. Where you at?
Call, mix some 3-bet.
Oh, shit. Did you say easy call? No, that was the other quiz. Bill's mix, gonna call, plays well, post. Deuterino's calling.
Hollywood is raising, and
Hollywood
Toe is calling or jamming, mostly calling.
Yep, calling. I'm calling.
Yeah, I would also 3-bet the offsuit version. Cool. Yeah, call. Matt Alex says call, mix and 3-bet jams, mostly call. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
We are raising though, because that is what Hollywood is doing.
And maybe that's what Tristan's doing. We don't know. Maybe he thinks it's good for this table, or he has a thought on why it's better here. So, but we're gonna call, and hopefully that's good.
Yep.
Let's go.
So with a hand like ace queen suited here, I think its value is in a call. We're up against a tighter under the gun range, and we are up against a tighter under the gun range, and we can dominate other hands that people will enter the pot with if we do call here. So I don't have a problem calling. I gave that a score of 10. If you want to raise here to 6,500, I give that a score of 8. I think we are strong enough in our range to raise this hand, but if we 3-bet and get shoved on by the initial raiser, well, I don't think we're in a spot to call off 30 big blinds under the gun plus under the gun 2 with ace queen suited. So 3-betting can become a little problematic if you do that too frequently. Now, if you had a hand like ace queen offsuit, well, then I might like turning that into a 3-bet bluff more than this hand, because we could 3-bet and comfortably fold to a shove, and then we could play in position comfortably if we did 3-bet and get called. So that's the merit to just calling here. We're suited. We can dominate hands that get in there behind us. So I think this is just a clear call, but if you wanted to throw a 3-bet in there every now and then, I think that's okay. Folds around to the button, who also comes along for the ride. And we are now 3 players to see a flop. Here comes the flop. The initial better, the initial raiser, checks. And what should we do? Should we check? Should we bet 2,500? Or should we bet 5,000?
All right. What we like here, guys. Flop good. Multi-way. OPP. What is up?
What's the plan?
Chill Winston says, I'm checking.
Check. Oh, multi-way. Check to check raise, says Real Sin. Small bet for Cyrus. 2,500. 5K for Hollywood.
Down with OPP. Yeah, you know me.
Check in the middle. It's so funny because I actually said that in my head and didn't say it out loud.
Everybody, a bunch of people there for sure.
Check in the middle, says Rad Dad. Few 5s, few checks. Pretty mix. Pie Man, thank you for the follow.
What do we like here, family? Team 2.5Ks. Dry board, 2.5K for Deuterino. Okay, Deuterino's going 2.5.
Affleck going 2.5 as well. Says with ace queen of hearts, especially that doesn't have backdoor flush draw. Ace queen diamond, ace queen clubs will check more. Makes sense.
Yeah, this is near one of the best. I mean, ace king, ace queen probably see bet. Then we can maybe balance with some of the middling other aces. But I think I'm always betting this. We can start getting max value from a lot of the worst ace X, ace 9, ace 8 suited, all those kind of hands. So yeah, let's bet.
Yep,
Stack ace jack, ace 10.
Sixes and I always get in heated debates. I am checking to check raise, and he see bets a lot.
This feels like we can't stack ace 8 when we check raise, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, we check in the middle a lot of our range, but we talk about this a lot. Mm-hmm. But let's see what Tristan thinks about this.
Let's do it. 5K for Hollywood.
20.
When we do bet, here. Definitely a small bet, I think.
Yeah, 5K make over condense. It would leave us 18-5 on the turn or something if we call by one person. Mm-hmm. All in if we get by two. But yep.
Right.
All right, let's do it.
I'm really not too sure what to do here because I think every option is fine.
Oh.
And these hands are a little harder to solve being multi-way with so many variables. So checking, score of 10, sure, fine. Betting, 2,500. That's nearly a third of the pot. Score of 10, sure. Betting 5,000, score of 8. That's also probably good. And frankly, with this particular hand, it's very unlikely the button has ace-king. So we'd really only be worried about ace-king from the under-the-gun player. But my point is with ace-queen here, we probably could go with a larger sizing because we are dominating the other aces. Now, the one disadvantage we have in a bigger bet size here is we don't have any backdoor flush draws. And some of the ace-X's that the button might call with are going to have a lot of equity. Ace-3 suited, ace-4 suited, and then obviously the ace-5 suited, the ace-deuce suited. So yeah, that's a little insight as to why we might want to bet bigger but might think against it. So either way, this is a cool spot to just disguise the strength of our hand and check, or just go for a small bet with it, which I think probably isn't the best play. So I like checking the most just because we're either way ahead or we're in a little bit of trouble in this spot. So I think checking's right here, and I do check. And the button bet's pretty small, third pot, 3,000. The initial razor folds, and action is back to us. So what should we do now? Should we fold, should we call, or should we raise to 8,500?
All right. He checked in game, said that was 10. Also, the 2,500 was also 10. Right?
For free outs, bruh. Ship says checking, yikes. Give 3-3 and 4-4 free outs, bruh.
Yeah. Like, no outs, though. Like, I don't care about 6 outs twice. 4. You can have your 12.
Call. So you're check raising here. Well, we don't want to get into it too much, but I see nothing but calls over here. Anyone check raising? Call, keep his bluffs and worst ace X in. Okay. Gilbert's calling as well. I like the raise a lot, but keep in his weak ace S in, I guess. Yeah. A lot of people thinking he may fold ace X if we do check raise, huh? Interesting. Deuterino's just calling, by the way.
Cyrus going 8,500. Pure raise for Wilson. Hellfire going call. Hollywood going 8,500. Call for C-Stars. Affleck says, want to bet more with hearts to fold out. Backdoor flush draw equity. Check. Ace, queen, diamonds. Keep in jack 10 diamonds. Cool.
It's a rainbow, so I think it's fine to call here.
Pure check raise with hearts, says Affleck. 8,500 for Kep.
8,500 for Kep?
Yep, 8,500 for Hollywood as well. That's who our man of the hour is.
Man, oh man.
What's Deuterino doing?
Deuterino's calling.
Oh. Well, you know I'm on 8,500. I already gave you the spoiler.
I mean, I'm 50-50 here. I'm with you. I do check raise a lot if I do decide to check here, for sure. I mean, we just auto-snap a lot of hands.
I don't think the ace-X is folding.
No, ever. I mean, what is this, a 200? Probably not. Raise represents the nuts on this flop. No draws in our range. But it's going to be hard to take the lead and actually stack things. He can even just decide to check back some turns to pot control, and we don't get his entire stack versus ace 10 and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I can see calling and check raising. So we are calling because that's what Deuterino's doing.
Cool. We're raising. Let's do it.
Yep. Keep it worse.
So definitely folding is not an option. Calling is the best option. And raising to 8,500 is okay, but we'd be entering a little dicey territory moving forward by having nearly pot left. So, I mean, sure, it's fine if you just wanted to, like, check raise and then shove the turn. I suppose it's fine, but I think you'll just win more chips in the long run and be up against a much wider range if you just decide to check call here and give your opponent a little bit of rope. So, you know, I think raising is an option just considering how strong we are here, but I just don't think it's necessary, to be honest. So I do call 3,000. The turn pairs the middle card, which is good. Now that means there's only one combo of pocket fives that make quads, and only one combo of ace-5 suited. Actually, no combos of ace-5 suited. What am I kidding? Ace-5 suited would be the hearts, and we block that. So that's good to know. I do check, which is pretty mandatory after check calling, and my opponent checks. So now the river card comes, the 10 of hearts. What do we do now? Do we check? Do we bet 6,500 or do we bet 10,000?
6,500.
When check on the turn, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. That's all I need to know.
I love this Assassinato Bros analysis. Just 10, 10, 10s.
6,500 for Pete. 10K, I'm greedy, said Cyrus. 10 for Kep.
10, 10, 10, 10.
6,500 for Gab.
No Ivan
10
going
for Hollywood all day.
to get a call. I want to get 10. I feel you, Arlie, on that one. Gotta be different.
I don't know that you are very balanced in the multi-way spots there, Kep. You're really just not. You don't have very many bluffs multi-way.
He's going to check back too many ace-x. We bet and likely villain
10
bluffs.
for
after
Bruce,
we
10 for
check
C-stars.
call.
Almost all 10s, couple of 6,500 sprinkled in there.
Yeah, it's a lot of 6,500s. It's probably like 50-50 here.
Hollywood going 10.
Go. I think this is a trick question. Check? Interesting. Deuterino's going 6.5.
In game, I would go 60% here, which is about 8.5. So I'd again split the difference. I think 6.5. It's just kind of small. I think we still get called by the other ace X. I guess I'm going 10, given the options.
Well, it's just, for me, it's just like, I think 6.5K is likely more to get called by some underpair, a little bit more to the ace. I think maybe we just can over-condense, and then a lot of villains may not pot control and check a lot of turns every time here on turn. So I don't think he always has an ace. Maybe he can have another underpair we can get value from. So I don't mind 65 just to get called by more of his range here.
Yeah,
65. I mean, our hand's worth 10. I would love to get 10. It just feels like
I think those underpairs, like the underpairs you're talking about, are like jacks, right?
I don't think he flat.
So
no, yeah, I think those 3-bet pre. I'm thinking like 7s, 6s.
I just think those things don't call very much. Period.
I think
that max value, homie.
Backdoor. Backdoor flush draws miss. Maybe some of our king queens with backdoors and queen jack with backdoors, but I don't know. But 65 for Deuterino.
Cool. 10 for Hollywood. We're gonna find out what Tristan thinks.
I'm hoping 10's right because that's probably what I do in a moment. But let's see 65.
All right, let's find out.
10.
If this was a spot that you were looking to go for max value and really to try to convince the in-position player that you had a weak hand in your range, and those hands could be 6s through jacks maybe, and maybe even some like king queen suited with backdoor flush draws, what have you, which don't have value, of course. But if you just wanted to make it seem like you had some weak holding that you could get bluffed off of, then sure, you could check and hope to induce a bluff or check, and then hope to check shove for value and hope that your opponent has an ace too. I think that's fine. But more or less, when this spot goes check check on the turn, I think it's just time for us to now go for value. And if we were going to bet, I think betting 6,500 is too small. We are very high up in our
It's like
value
worth
range.
10.
We don't lose to ace king, right? Because I don't think the button ever has ace king. So we basically have the nutted ace that's not two pair. The only hand we're worried about our opponent having is a hand like ace 10 or pocket deuces that just slow played the turn. So yeah, with all that said, sure, if you want to check and try to just eke some more value out of someone who could be bluffing, then I gave that a score of 8. But more or less, we would want to go for a big bet here. And the only option I gave you in that regard was betting 10,000. We could bet 15,000. We could even realistically move all in. I think that's a little too thin. If we had a hand like ace 10, we would want to move all in. Or if we had a hand something similar in strength to that, I think we could move all in. Maybe even like ace king if we flat called. I think that would be okay. Yeah. But more or less, we want to keep our bet just big. And 10,000 is 10 points. You could go 15,000 here, no problem. So yeah, that's kind of how I break down this spot. Hopefully you learned something. And let me just go on with the action. I did bet 10,000. And our opponent did actually have a hand that they could hero call us with, believe it or not. We had them nipped. Now, this is the problem with playing ace-jack offsuit on the button in a multi-way pot. It just doesn't play that well. If he had ace-jack suited, I'd say, okay, hey, no big deal. Likely just a cooler in a sense. But, you know, you could make the argument that ace-jack offsuit shouldn't be in there that often multi-way. Although it's not a big mistake. He's on the button. I think it's very marginal. But these are the kind of tricky spots you get in by extending your range a little too much in multi-way pots. So, yeah, hopefully this was a good lesson. Thanks for joining me. Tristan Wade, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, interesting spot. He said he would lead.
Yeah, Affleck had a good point. He said this is one thing. He said this is why you pure raise flop. Totally agree with that one. And he says he's not betting less than pot on the river. Probably jamming. He would have liked to see that as an option, which Tristan talked about. Pot and then jamming, also really good.
He said 150%. Yeah, I was starting to think about that. Like, man, maybe lead jamming is a thing.
The three of us really like ace queen, thinking we're pretty top of range.
I love it.
Tristan was a little bit more wary, thinking he was a little less than top of range, right? Just right underneath it. Yeah. So we played a little more cautiously. Yeah. 34 points for Hollywood. Got 8s across the board and then a 10 on the river.
36. Let's go.
Eat this again.
3 quiz winning streak, Mafia. I see you. Way to represent. Good shit. This is not Assassinato. Yeah, this was
Tristan Wade.
Tristan Wade. Diamond hands. Good shit, guys. Deuterino. You know where to find me. I ain't giving you shit though, so it's too bad.
I agree with this too. Affleck says ace jack off, probably nut squeeze hand pre. Mostly
kidding about
still
it.
flats, but I don't think it folds pre. Yeah, I mean I would squeeze that spot a lot. Good point. I would definitely squeeze ace jack off there a lot.
Yeah, with 45 bigs. Yeah, just put it in and then fold to a jam. Yep. But yeah, I think that's it.
That's a wrap, buddy.
Yeah, the good shit today. Feels really good to be back, man. Spent last week completely off. Feel really good. I'm excited. All my friends have been crushing the game. Everybody's doing good work. All my friends and students are doing well. So you'll love to see it. And big day tomorrow. A lot of Iggy mains. So
yeah, I might even play today. Wife's out of town. I'm like, I ain't got shit to do. It's
shit, I see everybody crushing. I'm like, shit, maybe I'll play today. If I play, I'll stream. But let's throw that PC in the chat. Thank you guys for the support. Make sure to give my man Toe a follow. Check out the free stuff you get on PC. There's tons of free quizzes, charts, webinars. You can have access to the Discord pops. So yeah, make sure to check that out. And thank you guys. Oh, you guys out there playing live, ship the motherfucking main, my dude. Good luck out there. Gab, what up, my dude?
Yeah, actually, you definitely have to bet in the back seat there, Cap, with your ace jack. Hey, Jeff, what up? Right in time to see the closer. Thank you guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the main since Affleck. Hey, ready to crush now. Thanks for hanging out, Affleck. It was fun, man. We got to talk.
Yeah, good luck, Matt. Yeah, good luck, Matt. Hit me up, man. I sent you that message. Hit me up.
Yep.
I need some time.
And that's it. Who we throwing the host over to? I see Killing Bird. I see
Killing Bird.
Killing Bird.
Killing Bird. Yep, Killing Bird it is.
All right, guys. Check out our main man, Killing Bird. He's a lot of fun. And we will see you next time. Hey, Hollywood. No worries about losing the quiz. This is the place where you're saying this before, like, you didn't really fuck it up, too. You got pretty good scores across the board. But if you're going to fuck it up, this is the place to fuck it up where it's free. Hey, go out and crush, man. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you as always. Don't get discouraged. Go win that money, man. Go win that money. All right, throwing the host over to Killing Bird.
Yep.
There it is. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready. Take care, guys.
All right,
Thank you.
I'll tell him, Affleck. See you later.
All right. I'm all